Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to the Country and Henny Show. This is your boy, Hennessy Williams. Woo! Dig it. Let's go. Super Bowl week.
What up, bro?
we got Country here. How we doing? How we doing over there in the cold? I know it's cold down here in Florida.
Oh my God! What could it possibly be?
I had to put my jacket on and shit this morning.
What is it? 65?
45.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, it's cold, yeah.
I love days here in Colorado when it's 45. I get to take my hoodie off.
Well, you know, since we're not allowed to wear hoodies in Florida, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother subject for another day.
Hell, Florida winter is hoodie and flip-flops.
Yeah, that's white guy attire. I don't wear that shit. Fucking flip-flops. I got some Jordans on or something, some Force Ones, some work boots. Oh man, what today? February 2nd. Oh yeah.
63 degrees there.
History Month.
Uh-oh.
All right, so I mean, I don't even plan this, but I got one. So what we're gonna do is when we go live in February, we're gonna do a Black Man of the Day. Since I didn't get some time to come up with one, Michael Jordan, Black Man of the Day. Good job, Michael Jordan.
Is this something you're throwing on the wheel?
I'm just saying, I don't feel like I can go through his facts and you ain't got to fact check me or nothing online. Like, so Michael Jordan,
the first one you can think of.
You're the first Black Man of the Day. Thank you.
Wow. Now, is this only restricted to those Black men still living, or is it any Black man in history?
What is it, a Black man who's still living?
Because Michael Jordan's still living. I'm just saying, right. if you're choosing Michael Jordan out of all the Black men in history, that's the first one to come to your mind in Black history.
Like, hey, first off,
I mean, Frederick Douglass. I mean, hell, even Barack Obama, the first president. You call out Michael Jordan.
First off, we're not gonna get started on that. And then second off, if you look at Michael Jordan to his craft, how is he not a Shakespeare-ish? He's the same thing. He's the greatest there was in his craft.
In basketball, yeah.
Okay, which is still a thing to do that people watch. So whatever. Nobody even watched. Well, Shakespeare was popular, but whatever. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Michael Jordan, congratulations, Black Man of the Day.
Congratulations.
Next week, maybe we'll have somebody a little bit more obscure, like Jackie Robinson. Or.
All right, so you want to talk about first, man? You want to talk about this Jared Goff, Matt Stafford trade?
Yeah. You want to.
Well, okay, so the Los Angeles Rams send Jared Goff 2 first-round picks and a 3rd-round pick to Detroit for Matthew Stafford.
Not the same year, right? Consecutive years?
Yeah, I don't think they have 2 first-round picks this year.
I mean, obviously.
Still, I mean,
here's the thing. Football, they really overrate their picks. They really do. Because football is the easiest sport to find somebody late in the draft who fits your team and can play. And typically the whole first round, even the first round and a half, are people who can start for teams. So once you get into the second round, third round, you're still getting good players. So if you feel Matt Stafford what you need, by all means.
Oh, no, it's a great deal for Detroit. I mean, a great deal. You're changing. Okay, Matt Stafford, I would say, yes, he's better than Jared Goff. Here's the deal. Matt Stafford's 32 years old. Jared Goff is only 25, 26, hasn't even hit his prime yet. If you're the Lions, okay, first off, your franchise QB who's been there since you drafted him, he wants to get out of town. Now you get a chance to take this kid who's been in a slump the last year or two, but still, he's been to a Super Bowl. He's only 25, 26 years old. He's not even in his prime yet. You get 2 first-rounders and a 3rd rounder to go with that deal. that screams to me is Detroit has an opportunity to really build a team for once. They'll probably screw it up like they always do.
They're gonna blow it, dog. Come on.
But that's probably the best deal I've ever seen. I mean, for a quarterback, if you're the Rams, I'm looking at you like, wow, why? Like I said, Jared Goff looks like he's fallen off a little bit since the Super Bowl year, but you got kids only 25, 26 years old, not even really in his prime yet. Put him under the right coaching staff, which unfortunately he's going under Dan Campbell, so that's not going to happen.
He has plenty of time to, turn it around. I mean, if he really needs to turn it around, like I think there was more going on with his relationship with the team, because they were like kind of done with him for a while now.
The Rams also made the same offer for Aaron Rodgers, and the Packers just said, nope, we're not trading Rodgers. To try to squash.
I would have laughed at you.
Yeah,
you could offer me 100 first-round picks, and that's not making that trade. Because
I would.
Here's the thing: I already got backup.
If a team comes and offers, here's where, okay, don't worry, I love having Aaron Rodgers as a QB of the Packers. Awesome, probably the most talented QB in the league. He's the MVP this year. But I'm gonna be real. If a team comes up with 4 first-round picks and a couple other conditional side picks, I'll be like, yo, bye, Rodgers. See you, bro. Yo, Jordan Love, it's your time. I mean,
if somebody does that,
they offer 4 first-round picks, bro. You could build.
Nobody's gonna do that. That's Madden. That's NBA living. If somebody, the NFL never had. Nobody'd ever want that hard. If this is the year, this will be the year somebody did it.
Don't say nobody would ever do that, because the Rams just sent 2 first-round picks, a really decent good QB, and a 3rd-round pick for 1 QB. Yeah, there's some team out there who's stupid enough to trade about 4 first. I mean, look at the deal that Chicago traded away to get Khalil Mack. Well, another player also trying to get traded right now is Deshaun Watson out of Houston, bro. Houston constantly telling teams no. Rumor is Watson is talking about holding out for the entire year, which will cost him a lot of money if he did do that. I don't see him doing
He hasn't said that yet. That's like the only rumors, way.
Yeah.
If James Harden, you know how much James Harden messed up everything this year? Everybody watched James Harden in every other sport. It was like, damn. All you gotta do is like try to get COVID and not go to work. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. But even though Deshaun Watson's a whole different, it's not the same thing as James Harden, why he's upset.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the team, the Texans have came out numerous times saying they wouldn't trade, but I'm sure, like, see the difference between Watson and Rodgers. Watson is definitely wanting traded out. He's already came out, demanded a trade. He is definitely unhappy. The right offer comes along. Hey, a couple first rounders and some conditional picks, maybe a couple players. Texans will jump on that. It's better to get rid of a disgruntled superstar for a really good deal. I mean, you ain't gonna let the right deal pass up. That's for sure.
He has a no trade clause, so he has to approve whatever team they choose. So
I forgot he had that.
He's kind of picking his own team on the left. And I bet you he don't want to go to the Jets. Who want to go to the Jets? I don't want to go to the Jets. Miami is a possibility. I really wouldn't want to go to Miami. If the Rams would have been nice. Now they got Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
The Bears would be. I think the Bears, yeah.
Yeah, but the Bears also got Trubisky. They got Nick Foles.
I would cut them, trade them. I don't care what. You're gone. Here's the other team, but this is wishful thinking, but Patriots. And they wouldn't even hit you with first round picks.
Because you know that they're not going to re-sign Newton. I mean, he had a terrible year.
Not.
Yeah. He was on a prove it contract, he just had a terrible year. I think Cam Newton's days in the NFL are done.
Patriot boy, I'm telling you.
The Super Bowl going on is about to happen this Sunday. Chiefs, Bucks. Bucks first team in history to host the Super Bowl in their own stadium. They're questioning right now if they'll be allowed to fire the cannons they fire every time they score a touchdown. Who do you think is going to win, man? Who you got this Sunday, Chiefs or Bucks?
I mean, I keep going over this. Now, COVID is trying to mess up my pick. It is, but that's expected. But the Chiefs gonna blow the Bucks out, like I said. Now, here's the thing: they did only win by 3 points the last game. I saw. I thought it was 27-24 when they played last. I think, but the Chiefs have too much firepower. The Bucks make too many mistakes. The over, I think the line is 56.5. I predicted 42-15, Chiefs over Bucks. I'm sticking with it. I'm gonna lock it in, 42-15, and the over.
42-15. Wow.
I want to do 40. I want to do 42-23. I actually feel better about that one.
This dude.
Actually, you know what? 42-23.
Still.
42-23. Chiefs over Bucks. Travis Kelce, 117 yards, 8 catches, touchdown. I'm giving you the stats right now.
Wow.
Mahomes, 3 touchdowns all in the second half. That's how we're going to see Mahomes get him. He's going to get him all in the second half. So you asked how they scored 42 points. Oh, that's called turnovers. That's called turnovers.
All right, my final prediction is going to be 35-28 Chiefs. Chiefs get the back-to-back championships.
So you think it's going to be close? Like close the whole game or just they score a couple?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, because last year the Chiefs were behind up until the fourth quarter, and they had to come from behind to win. And that's because the Niners, in my opinion, just fell apart offensively. And
that's how they always play. They love it. They play from behind.
You're not going to catch Brady falling apart like that, man. Because even when they played the Packers and he threw 3 picks in the second half, his defense played phenomenally. That team's not going to fall. You're not going to be able to get behind. Like the Chiefs cannot afford to get behind like they did against San Fran. It's just not going to work.
Namakasu's on the Bucks, right?
Yep.
Him
and JPP.
JPP got 8.5 fingers. I ain't worried about him back there. I'm going to slide right through all that. Okay, I'm going to do a spin move. I'm going to do a Madden spin move. You ain't going to grab. It's going to be like putting your hands on movie theater butter, baby. I'm going to slide right through it.
Wow.
What's funny is he still play, dog. Like, I thought he was done. He's like killing it.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's still killing it. And has a chance to win the Super Bowl. I mean,
so don't let him wrap you up, Mahomes. I'll let you know that.
All right,
you're gonna mess my whole prediction up if you let that happen. Do not let Namakasu hit you. Dog.
Oh my God! So Super Bowl is this Sunday. It's gonna be a great game. I can't wait to watch it. All right, let's switch over. Let's talk about the Royal Rumble. The first major, I guess, stop on what they call the road to WrestleMania is always the Royal Rumble, the January pay-per-view classic. This year, because of COVID, the first time ever it's held in an empty arena, but inside the Thunderdome, where they have all the digital fans. Henny, I'm gonna be honest, man. This is actually the first event that I've actually watched since WrestleMania last year. So this is the first time I've actually really sat through an entire show of the Thunderdome. And man, when you compare it to how WrestleMania was last year, dude, I was thoroughly impressed. They got the right amount of crowd noise pumped in. The WWE is that type of.
Oh, they definitely have gotten used to it.
Yeah,
WrestleMania was so funny because it was like they weren't ready for it yet. Like it was just the air was out the room. Like you could feel.
It was so new.
You could feel they were uncomfortable a little bit coming out. Like you could feel all that. Now it doesn't look that way.
I'm curious to see how WrestleMania is going to look, man. With because like you said, they're going to have fans. They're going to be in Raymond James, where the Super Bowl is this year in Tampa. So they're going to have, they're already allowing what 20,000 fans in the Super Bowl. I'm sure they're going to allow the same for WrestleMania.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna get.
Yeah,
They're
I'm
gonna
sure.
get.
Yeah, they're gonna. I mean, the WWE is really good with, in my opinion, just by looking at the Royal Rumble, they've done a really good job of making the right adjustments. So I'm sure they're gonna be making the right adjustments so that it makes it look like a packed house in Tampa, whereas the Super Bowl may not be that lucky to do with all their equipment. But let's talk about the Royal Rumble, man. Edge wins the men's Royal Rumble, starts off number 1, lasts through the entire thing.
Boo.
Pulls a Shawn Michaels. Edge will now go to WrestleMania, challenge either Roman Reigns, who defeated Kevin Owens in Last Man Standing for the Universal Championship, or he will challenge Drew McIntyre, who beat Goldberg in what was another piss poor match. I wish they quit letting Goldberg come back. That match sucks so much. I mean, it was like
every Goldberg match ever.
Dude, the jackhammer, Goldberg couldn't really flip him over. It was terrible. His spears looked horrible. McIntyre, able to make him look better than what he really was. And just I thought for a minute,
Goldberg's whole career, he's injured more people than COVID. Which it's funny and not funny at the same time.
Yeah, poor Bret Hart.
I think that was his last match of his contract. I hope it was.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that, but it just, come on, it's time, baby.
Who do you think Edge is going to pick? Drew or Roman?
Honestly, he should pick Drew. If they're doing it for story purposes, Roman Reigns had a story that's, we don't need Edge coming in messing that up. But Drew McIntyre could lose to Edge and whatever. You can continue on through the summer with Edge and nobody would really care. But you can't ruin Roman Reigns' momentum with Edge, even though WWE has done worse things. So.
What I think is going to happen is my prediction is that Edge is going to choose Roman Reigns. Edge is going to beat Roman Reigns at Mania because Vince isn't too big usually on having heel versus face versus face at a WrestleMania. Right now, Drew McIntyre is definitely babyface. Edge is babyface, and I think it would hurt Drew's career more for him to lose. Whereas Roman Reigns being a heel, he could lose the Edge because here's what I think is going to happen.
Well,
I think Edge is going to retire after Mania. I think he's going to win the belt and he's going to retire as champion, go out on his own terms. And then I think they're going to have some kind of way after Mania to put the belt back on Roman and go from there. That's my prediction.
The only thing, the wrinkle, and he was a wrinkle the other night, is Randy Orton. And they still have a feud going. So I really believe
that ended on Raw. Because even Edge said himself, I'm putting you my rear view after tonight. That all ended on Raw. Edge beat Randy on Raw, and that's it for them. They're not going to.
Yeah, but he might sneak into a triple threat.
Nah, they ain't going to ruin it that way. They've learned their lessons from that in the past.
They love some Randy Orton, boy. They love Randy Orton.
I think the Fiend, one way or another, will come back, and then him and Randy Orton will continue their little feud or whatever.
But then it's like, who does Drew fight? That's the thing. Then you don't have.
Well, definitely Sheamus is on either.
That would be horrible. You gonna watch that main event? Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre.
I'm not saying I agree with it, but I mean, Sheamus giving Drew the bro kick on Raw definitely sets up either in February that matchup, or they make it last all the way to WrestleMania.
He'll be the little transition. They should do that transition guy before WrestleMania.
Well, see, I don't see them taking the belt off of Drew again for a while. I think Sheamus will be a challenger, and I think he'll beat Sheamus. Whether it happens quick in February or March pay-per-view, or they drag it out to WrestleMania, that's Drew's next feud is Sheamus.
The other thing is the Miz had the Money in the Bank contract.
Yep.
But I think he's gonna lose because if he was gonna
He's feuding with
use the
Bad
damn
Bunny.
thing, he should have pinned him while Paul Heyman was fumbling with the goddamn handcuff
Dude,
and
that was
couldn't.
horrible. That was horrible.
and
They couldn't get the damn cuss off. I mean, how long? If you're Kevin Owens, he's probably thinking, how long do I gotta sit here? Can't you edit this part out?
I think Kevin Owens did it on purpose though, because like you saw how he tied up the handcuff.
Yeah.
Like he could have just handcuffed them like easily to it. He like tied it like.
I think that part right there, because most of the night I was questioning, because the fans aren't in there live. So most of the time I'm sitting here questioning how much of this is really happening live, because WrestleMania last year, but that was also before the Thunderdome. That was also before the Thunderdome. WrestleMania happened last year, and the graveyard match between AJ and Taker. How it was all pre-shot and everything. So I was wondering, watching this event, I'm like, I wonder if they pre-taped any of this. You know what I mean? And then you see that handcuff situation with Paul Heyman trying to get the cuffs off Roman.
Yeah, they definitely were live.
It seemed like it took half the match to get those cuffs off. I was like, yeah, they're definitely doing all this live. It's definitely not pre-taped. There's no editing right here going on.
If I was Kevin Owens, I just would have just started kicking him. Just whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just like let it play, like to go with it. And then been like, all right, hit me with the move, and then went. But he went over there, caught his breath. The ref stopped counting.
Bianca Belair wins the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, baby.
Knoxville, Tennessee, UT represent. Amazing job by her. I think, what did she come in as? She came in
3. I think she was 3.
Yeah, I remember she was in the whole damn match, and she did a real good job. And Bianca Belair wins it, knocking out Rhea Ripley. It was down to her and Ripley both knocked out Charlotte Flair, and those were the final 3.
Well, that's because Space Mountain came walking out there with the distraction. Lacey Evans, boy, Ric Flair, love him some Lacey Evans. He does.
Yeah, we'll get into what else they caused earlier in the night with Charlotte, but Bianca Belair is now the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble. She'll either get the challenge for the Raw Women's title, the SmackDown Women's title, or she can take the Charlotte Flair route from last year and make a surprising pick and go for the NXT title. I don't think she will either. I think she'll go for either Raw or SmackDown.
Who's the Raw champ?
Asuka.
And the SmackDown is
Sasha.
I mean, Sasha doesn't win title defenses, so I'd pick her.
Well, she won Royal Rumble. She tapped out Carmella.
When she won the Royal Rumble, you mean? When Sasha won? Or when
Carmella? I mean, no, this past Sunday night, she tapped out Carmella.
And yeah, that's right, she did. Yeah, I forgot. I'm not even going to count that, but. Oh, man.
So it looks like that the WWE may be going the way of Bianca Belair, maybe giving her the ball. Just because you're in the Royal Rumble. Yeah, I mean, but just because you win the Rumble doesn't mean you're guaranteed to win at WrestleMania. Remember, Asuka didn't win. So
that was a drop bar.
Dude, I don't know. It was kind of interesting. I mean, having her tap out to Charlotte. All right, and let's talk about we talked about Sasha Banks tapping out Carmella. I wasn't really a fan of this match. I didn't really care too much for it. I zoned out through half.
Nobody ever had been like, yo, that Carmella match was banging.
No,
like,
really. Not at all.
I just want to see Carmella's match tonight. Nobody else.
And usually the only time I really liked watching Sasha was when she went up against Charlotte. They always had classic matches, but other than that, I wasn't a fan of her and Bailey or any of that. So, which brings us, their match only got 2.5 stars. The Women's Rumble only got 3.25 stars.
Out of what? 5?
Yeah. Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens got 3 stars. The men's rumble got 4 stars.
Why? How did men's rumble get 4 stars? Based on
I
what?
don't know. I have no idea. The worst match on the card got 1 star. It's
Drew.
on. Well, the worst match of the main show. Drew and Goldberg. I have to agree with the 1 star. I probably wouldn't even give it a star because I mean it was just terrible. It was horrible. I mean it was just spear. Goldberg did a shitty attempt at a jackhammer that just went nowhere.
All right, so I have a conspiracy because
Yeah.
in wrestling is like this.
Okay.
So, like I said, I think that was Goldberg's last match. And I
Okay.
don't think Goldberg was ready for that match. And I also think
I
that
he's ready for any of his
Vince
matches.
Vince McMahon was like, you know what? We're going to have that last match. You ain't ready? I'm going to get your ass back for 1998 through 2000. When you try to fuck my money up every Monday night, I'm petty like that, boy. My name's Vince McMahon. Get out there and get broke. Get out there and get broke.
Yeah, I doubt Vince
because he wasn't ready. He wasn't even in shape. He wore shorts.
That's on him.
He wasn't ready because, like, did you watch the documentary about Goldberg on the network?
I watched the one they did on Yokozuna right after which was an awesome documentary, by the way.
Well, there's one about when he came back, like initially, and actually won the title, like what he had to do to come back.
No,
anyway,
I need to watch.
He doesn't start getting in shape till like 2-3 months before the match.
That's normal though. I mean, that's
right.
That's pretty normal for actual fighters.
But he's 88 years old, and they would normally tell you like 5 or 6 months ahead, like, yo, we got you planned for this.
Well, to me, Goldberg looked like he was in really good shape. It's just Goldberg has never been a really good wrestler. He's always been a 1 or 2 move trick pony. And that's even back when he was in his prime. And
that was the joint there. You had the jackhammer spear, boy.
But now, here's the thing. Okay. The guy was already later in life then. He's 20 years later. You can't really expect him to be better than that. So now it looks even worse. His old ass trying to run into a spear or the failed attempt at a jackhammer. It's just looking sad. It looks sad that the match looked horrible. I think it brought Drew down. It was not a good move by the WWE to have Goldberg in this match.
They've done worse. They've done worse.
Just because they've done worse doesn't mean they still need to do shit.
That's Vince McMahon talk. I'm talking like how he would talk.
After the match, Goldberg hugged him and said, "You passed the test." What freaking test? What test? This match.
You lived through a match with me. You're still alive. You didn't have a concussion. I didn't break your back or break your arm. Congratulations. You passed the test.
This is pretty much telling everybody that The Fiend, Brock Lesnar, and Kevin Owens are trash compared to Drew McIntyre, because they all lost to this old ass Goldberg, and Drew beats him. It's just and Drew beats him. It looks like he got broken ribs. I mean, it was just horrible. I mean, the thing is, when you got a champion like Drew McIntyre, bro, I mean, you want first thing if he's your future, you want to invest in him. You want to build him up. This match did nothing but bring him down, in my opinion. His stock came crashing down.
You know what's funny is that
stupid ass match.
Back in the day, a lot of times the Royal Rumble match might not be like the championship match. That guy wasn't losing the belt that night. So whoever he fought was kind of somebody who, you know, whatever, he's not going to win. But They kind of stopped doing that when Stone Cold and all them started getting hyped.
But you at least had a match with somebody who raised your stock, you know, because you beat that person. To me, Drew because your champion, he's now on the road to WrestleMania. You want to make him look as strong as possible, him or her.
I know.
and beating Goldberg, in my opinion, an old ass Goldberg, that's in what looked like a shitty match. That's not building him up. That's making him look weaker. And the pre-show had a match, and we talked a little bit about it earlier. It was Charlotte Flair and Asuka defending their women's tag team titles against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. And like we talked about earlier, Lacey Evans came out with Flair, with Rick.
On to the next one.
Rick handed Lacey Evans some brass knucks, even though, like I said earlier, you never really saw the brass knucks. Hit Charlotte with it. Nia Jax dropped the leg drop, got the pin. We have new women's tag team champions.
I need Nia Jax. That's my boo. But she got the. It's time. That's all I'm gonna say. We've let it go on long enough. It's time to be better out there. But they like her. They like her.
Yeah.
They always use her when they bring her back. Because she always gets hurt and then she comes back. And then she wins something, yeah.
Well, she's always known for hurting other people too. She's been credited as being dangerous. So
golly, yeah. Well, she has that family name, but that doesn't always get you a spot. There's been plenty of people related to The Rock who haven't succeeded.
Yeah, and as far as Baszler and Nia Jax go, their future has already been set. I don't know if you watched Raw last night, but Lana and Naomi won a triple threat tag team match against Dana Brooke, Mandy Rose, and Charlotte and Asuka to secure a shot at Baszler and Nia Jax for the tag team titles. Not sure why they're going in this direction. This really doesn't
squash.
It doesn't interest me at all.
Squash match. They're going that direction because Baszler's going to grab Lana and choke her out in 2 seconds.
Yeah, I mean,
and then
I see Charlotte Flair definitely going after Lacey Evans now. That's the next direction.
That's going to be the WrestleMania match for her.
Either that or the February pay-per-view.
Yeah, definitely the pay-per-view coming up.
Yeah,
I mean, I like Lacey Evans. You know, I don't mind Lacey Evans. Like, I think she's good. She had a good gimmick. And it's really not even a gimmick because she doesn't ever stop doing that shit. If you ever met Lacey Evans, she's Lacey Evans 100% of the time. Like, there's no time where she's out of that gimmick. Like, she always goes that way. She don't sign no autographs. She laughs at you. She's above you. She's good. She's good. She's a good character.
Did you watch Raw at all or no?
I started watching it. I didn't finish it.
So, Drew came out first, giving a little promo.
I saw that.
Edge came out because Drew pretty much, was talking about Edge winning the Rumble, and Edge came out pretty much saying, "Hey, I haven't decided who I'm gonna pick," and then Sheamus came out as well. Edge went back to the locker room. As soon as Edge leaves, Sheamus bro kicks Drew McIntyre, pretty much setting up now a rivalry between them two. So I see that that's my WrestleMania match. If they don't do it in February, is Sheamus. Edge, the main event was Edge and Randy Orton. Edge beat Randy Orton with a spear, pretty much telling Randy before the match this is the final time they're going to fight. He's closing the book on this and getting ready for WrestleMania.
He better not win with that effing hat on. Sheamus better not be walking out with the title with that little wannabe suspenders, man.
All right. Also on Raw, the U.S. title was on the line for about 5 seconds between Bobby Lashley, who's the champion, against Matt Riddle.
Oh, man.
Lashley put Riddle in the hurt lock, refused to break it, got disqualified. Of course, they're going to continue this on to a pay-per-view. We'll see how far they continue this, whether or not they give Riddle the belt. It made Bobby Lashley look really strong by pretty much just manhandling Riddle in the full Nelson hurt lock, which is a very smart move in my opinion for the WWE.
That's how you start Black History Month off. Let Bobby Lashley beat the whitest boy on the roster.
Bro.
Step on his foot. I love how they step on his freaking foot every time they see him backstage. They step
Yeah.
on his dumbass foot with his flip
They start
flop.
wearing some boots. Xavier Woods defeated Mustafa Ali via pinfall. That was an all right match. I kind of fast forward through a lot of that. The Miz and Morrison had Bad Bunny on Miz TV. I'm not really caring too much about this either. Not a huge Bad Bunny fan. I didn't really give a shit.
I honestly, this is how old I am. People can say whatever. I don't even know who he was.
I knew who he was because I've got good friends that live down there in Florida too, right outside Orlando. And I was at their house back sometime last year, I think. It might have been around Super Bowl time of last year. And they were playing one of his videos. The only reason why I remember his name is because Ric Flair was in his video.
Oh, is that his song? Ric Flair drip?
I guess. I don't know. I remember Ric Flair was in the video just wooing. And they were telling me,
oh, that is his song, Ric Flair drip. Woo!
Yeah, they were telling me how Bad Bunny
That song sucks.
very popular right now. So,
well, that song's kind of old though.
Yeah, apparently the one he performed at Royal Rumble with Booker T song. Booker T just standing there looking like some security guard or some shit.
Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Did you see Booker T though?
At the Rumble?
With that GI bro?
Yeah.
Why? No. no, Booker.
No, Booker.
GI bro has got to go. You ain't even had Major Guns with you. Actually, is she still? I don't want to say that.
Well, they of course Miz and Morrison offered Bad Bunny like their help and this stuff. He turned them down, and then Damian Priest came out, and I'm actually a fan of Damian Priest. I like how they're using him. Seems like a good future for that company if they keep him and actually do the right things by him. He came out, laid out the Miz with the forearm, and then right after that they had a match. He defeated Miz by pinfall. Not sure if they're going to continue that on anywhere, but we'll see. Who knows? Who knows how long they're going to have it? They're going to work this relationship with Bad Bunny. It was my favorite.
He might come back at WrestleMania. You know.
My favorite part of the Rumble, though, was when Truth came over to the announcer's desk, dressed up as fucking Elmer Fudd, talking about he's looking for Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, but then he lost the belt on the most BS pin. Dude, almost fell.
I think that's going to be it for the day. For today.
Woo! Michael Jordan, baby. Yes.
We'll see you guys later right here in the Country and Henny show.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. MJ.